Do you want Big Daddy V's big black nipples? Well, you came to the right place.
The championship chase continues here on ECW. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. You are in the right place for the championship chase and also Big Daddy V's big nipples. If you're interested in them, or if you want to see Extreme Expose's nipples, then we don't really get to see as much. They seem to cover themselves up more than Big Daddy V does, which is unfortunate, but I guess what it is. Could you imagine if there was a gay version of Jerry Lawler on ECW and he got to see Big Daddy V?
He'd be loving it.
I mean, he'd be having heart attacks
what would he call
5 years
them,
early.
What would he call puppies?
Fucking enormous fucking, I don't know, Great Danes or something? I don't know.
The Great Danes of Big Daddy V.
Anyway, we continue tonight with the championship chase. Last week, Stevie Richards was eliminated from the chase. Very good opening Fatal 4-Way match last week. We continue on this week with the triple threat match. It was Elijah Burke, Tommy Dreamer, and Kevin Thorne. And unfortunately, we say, well, not unfortunately, don't really care. We say goodbye to Kevin Thorne. I kind of feel like Kevin Thorne should have bit the dust last week, though. I think it would have been nice to let Stevie Richards, you know, get into
I think what they were doing was building the odds against Tommy Dreamer, and this week it went well for him.
I agree with that.
Can't say so much for next week.
I agree with that. I think they did build the odds because they kind of made out as if it was the two new breed guys and Tommy would be alone, and there was parts of the match where obviously we did get Kevin Thorne and Burke teaming up to take it to Tommy Dreamer. But in the end, it was Tommy Dreamer who got the upper hand and he hit the Dreamer DDT on Kevin Thorne. But could he beat Kevin Thorne? No, he could not. And it was actually Elijah Burke who tossed Tommy Dreamer to the side and pinned his one-time New Breed member. So, Elijah Burke wins the opening match. He defeats Kevin Thorne with the help of a Dreamer DDT. It doesn't matter though for Tommy Dreamer. He might not get the win, but he does advance to the next round. And we know next week it's going to be the new breed of Tommy Dreamer, or the new breed of Elijah Burke, sorry, versus the original Tommy Dreamer. So we've got some new and old blood in the championship chase final.
And it's funny though, because Tommy Dreamer's the new blood for me in the championship chase. I feel like Elijah Burke, CM Punk's been done too many times.
Tommy Dreamer's like the new blood because you've never really seen him in the title picture.
Exactly.
But in terms of ECW, he's like the old blood. Old out of shape blood.
He's 34 at this point, and he's done.
Feels like he's been around for 2 million years.
Exactly.
Can't believe Tommy Dreamer at this stage is only 34.
I know.
But then again, back then, I mean, when you're 34 in the wrestling world, you're kind of coming towards the end of your career.
That's it. You've done your whack. It's time to go.
But, yeah, so Tommy Dreamer and Elijah Burke advance. Kevin Thorne is eliminated. What they're going to do with Kevin Thorne now? Probably got some more one-on-one matches with Stevie Richards.
Some fake blood.
I'll show you. You'll see. Anyway, I guess that's what we're going to get. Then we go backstage. Matt Striker bumps into CM Punk, but of course he's got Big Daddy V alongside him. Matt Striker intends to intimidate CM Punk, and we're actually getting CM Punk versus Matt Striker tonight.
Can't wait for it. Big Daddy V sitting there doing a wee bit of heavy breathing. His tits are bouncing up and down. Punk's just looking at them like, yeah, I'm straight edge, brother.
I'm straight. The important part is straight. Keep those big things away from me.
Then the edge of his nipples just fucking edge closer, man.
And they don't taste good.
I'm Matt Striker. You're a molester.
Those nipples don't taste good either with Coke or Pepsi, so yeah, stay away, CM Punk. Then we move into the next match. Is Nuncio versus Mike Knox. And honestly, this Mike Knox guy, he's like an ECW purgatory. I feel like they want him to be this big kind of, I wouldn't say monster, but they want him to be this big dominant guy. But he's just not. We've seen him lose too many times.
You know what, though? I think ECW's got that small a roster. You can't have too many big dominant guys. It's either one or none.
Well, it's Mike Knox, ain't it?
No, but you know what I mean? You can't... See if you've got Raw or SmackDown, yes, right? But seeing you've Big Daddy V, anyone who's going to be the second big guy is just going to feel pish. That's why before Big Daddy V, you had Snitsky, who felt alright. Before him, you had Test. Before, like, you know, I think Mike Knox...
Well, hold on here. I think Test felt alright when you had Big Show.
Yeah, but there's a difference though. Big Show was the champion. You've got Punk, who's also like the big guy because he's the champ. Then you've Big Daddy V, who's just the big guy because he's fat as fuck. And then you've a bunch of jobbers.
So what you're saying is, for ECW to create a new monster. Big Daddy Fee needs to become champion.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Is that fair?
Fair enough. Anyway, we get Nuncio versus Mike Knox in a match that went way too long, in my opinion. I mean, we've seen Nuncio job out the people in about 30 seconds, a minute.
This went 5.
Yeah, last week,
not 5 seconds.
Last week, Matt Striker beat Nuncio on about...
Mike Striker. Mike.
Whatever his name is. Matt Striker beat Nuncio in less than a minute. Yet Mike Knox struggled to beat Nuncio. And at one stage, I actually thought Nuncio was going to pick up the upset. But eventually, Mike Knox hits him with a massive big boot. Which
was awful.
I don't get it. It's like, why does every big guy in ECW have to use a big boot? And it's all... I mean... They're following... in the footsteps of the best big booter in WWE history. Wrestling history. Test.
Yeah, and Test is gone, and it just seems like each one gets worse. I mean, let's let Big Daddy Fee try it. But he can date with his nipples.
But it just doesn't make any sense to me. Test, he was a big guy. He had the best big boot in the business. The next big guy is big boot shit, so we're going to make his finisher be a big boot. It's like, It just doesn't make any sense. It's like purposely trying to screw these guys.
No, you're right, like, it doesn't make any sense, but...
I mean, who's got the best chokeslam? Would you say Kane does a better chokeslam than Taker?
I'd say so, yeah.
I'd be like, you try and replace Kane with another big guy, but his chokeslam's shit. It'd be like, if his chokeslam was shit, you would have him do another move.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have him do the same move that looks worse. But anyway, Nuncio loses to Mike Knox. Then we get like a quick segment thing, package where there's lots of numbers, Saw-like numbers. Oh, it's a trap. Are we going to figure out what the trap is?
It's a trap for Saw 1. No, it turns out it's Chris Jericho, baby. Save us.
But we don't get the reveal. Then we get The Miz versus Silas Young.
Silas Young?
Silas Young.
I do not fucking remember this match.
Well, it happened.
It happened, and I'm going to bet my top dollar that The Miz won. I remember what happens after the match, but I don't remember the match.
The Miz does win, then this brings out Balls Mahoney. Balls Mahoney comes out and says, Kelly, I've got a question to ask you. Would you go out with me? So, Balls Mahoney, he asked her last week, never got an answer. He wants his answer this week. Is he going to get his answer? Well, he gets an answer. But it's not for Kelly. Kelly, it's for The Miz. The Miz slams a microphone into the head of Balls, and then he takes off with the rest of Extreme Expose. I mean, I guess it's all right with it. I mean, it's not great, but it's a feud, you know. It
does what it says in the tin, doesn't it?
What do you make of this whole Miz Balls Mahoney Extreme Expose thing?
It's good. It warrants a good finish, but it's just going to end on an episode of ECW. It's not going to end. It's not going to end on No Mercy. Survivor Series.
I just feel like there's more happening on this than you get current Raw and SmackDown.
No, it's mad though. No, you're right. And it only gets like one or two segments a week, which is mad though, considering it's a 43-minute show.
Yeah, I mean, people talk about Triple H. Look at Boogeyman, Big Daddy Fee. That feud legit felt like it was going on for whatever it went on for. It felt good. So yeah, we'll see. Up next, we get probably one of the best things of the show. It was the Condemned signing. The autograph signing, brother.
This is the best movie we've ever seen.
Austin is like signing the Condemned autograph, and again, it was like, see the people that were here getting their autographs. It all seemed like people that I would predict that the people here getting Austin signing their autographs don't watch wrestling anymore.
I bet definitely.
Or if they do, they're not like big time fans. Like I was thinking, right? Like Austin and Condemned aside, it's like, see, back in the day, you used to get all these, like, the sports teams, remember, they would turn up on Raw?
LeBron was on Raw?
Yeah, they're turning up on Raw thinking they're going to get Austin whipping the boss's ass and drinking beer, or they're going to get Rock talking about fucking, like, insulting people, talking about pie and all this shit. They're going to get a Bram Panties match with Trish versus Stacey Keibler. I mean, that's what they were turning up for. They were going to get, Jeff Hardy jumping off ladders, killing himself. I mean, see, when was the last time there was actually a sports team turning up to WWE Raw?
Exactly.
Do you think a cool sports team, do you think like LeBron, the LA Lakers or whatever, right? You think a bunch of guys that are making millions of money want to turn up to Raw and watch fucking Doudrop and £600 worth of fat rolling about a ring?
Nope.
Of course not. Anyway, got sidetracked there, we move on. Austin signs a couple of condemned autographs. Then we get Elijah Burke backstage with Tommy Dreamer. He insults him. He's like, I'm faster than you, I'm stronger than you, I'm younger than you, damn, I'm better than you, son.
I'm blacker than you. Well, yeah, we knew that.
He's definitely blacker. So you're the old blood. I'm going to take you out next week. So Tommy Dreamer there, he says, yeah, you might be that, but I got a bigger heart.
That's not how we do business, old man, old white man.
But this is ECW business, and Tommy Dreamer lets Elijah Burke know that he's got the biggest heart. So.
I've been doing business with you for over a decade, Michael.
Why are you talking about fucking Sons of Anarchy here?
Because you know what? Tommy Dreamer's fucking Clay Morrow, isn't he? He's president of the ECW Originals. First 9.
Yeah, so
he didn't hold a fucking patch.
Decent.
He didn't win the belt.
Decent wee segment for what it was. Then we move into the main event. Matt Striker versus CM Punk. Pretty predictable here. I think we all know CM Punk's going to win. He did win. Match wasn't great. Punk wins with a GTS. And after the match, Big Daddy V gets in and somehow manages to sneak up on CM Punk. I don't know how a big guy that size can sneak up on you.
No, man, it must be like a 7.3 magnitude earthquake behind you.
But he does, and he hits Punk with a clothesline and then a Samoan drop. And I mean, that's really all it takes. When you're Big Daddy V, you don't need to hit 10 million moves. A couple of big impactful moves is enough to keep CM Punk down. And Matt Striker and Big Daddy V, they celebrate over CM Punk's body as ECW comes to an end. So, I mean, it was
kebabs.
A pretty average, bang average ECW, to be honest. It wasn't as good as last week's.
4 out of 10 for me.
I'll say a 4 out of 10 is pretty fair.
See, I would say a 4 out of 10 is average for this ECW.
Yeah, whereas I feel like if I give a 4 out of 10 to a wrestling show nowadays, it's good.
It's good, aye. It sums up how far it's fallen.
But yeah,
despite this show being void of any stars.
Yeah.
And the people who are stars on this show are nowhere near
their peak.
Exactly. So.
Their peak stardom.
Yep, that's it.
Anyway, guys, that's it. 4 out of 10. Catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.